So in my last video, I showcased a few of my pedal boards, and that's my Helix done with Helix video, which kind of got a lot of reactions. But we're not going to talk about that today. But one of the things that shined on that video was my small pedal board, which I'm tagging my TSA approved pedal board. If you have to travel as a guitar player, the challenge is always, what do I go with without sacrificing anything on my other rig? Or what can it recreate my tone perfectly without sacrificing anything? That still gets the job done, but then it's portable enough that I can travel with it with no hassle. We already know the TSA is not exactly known for their friendly services and very accommodating lifestyle. So you always have to be, prepared, have the least and easiest accessible setup that you can work with. And so far, this has been mine. So I'm calling this all black pedal board my TSA approved board. And I'll go over everything that I have here in a second, just about a second. And the reason why I call this my TSA approved board is unlike some other people who are working with artists with huge budget, some of the people that I work with don't have that budget to fly your amp and your 5 guitars and your whole tube amps and all that stuff. You're just showing up, and you're lucky if you get a good flight ticket for your gig. So I'm always prepared. I do not like checking in my guitar bag. I've never had to, and I really don't think I will ever. You've seen the videos going around in the internet and how people handle people's luggage and bags on the airline. So I'm just not gonna, I don't want to get to the venue, and even though I have a nice guitar case that I travel with, I have the mono bag that I travel with, pretty durable, but still I don't want them throwing and tossing it around. So I'd rather just have it as a carry-on. And when I travel, even without my guitar, I never check in my luggage. I travel light. I'm that guy, 5 t-shirts and 2 pair of jeans guy, and I'll survive a week anywhere in the world. So I always like to travel light. That's if I'm not driving. I don't like flying. I will only fly, like if it's possible to drive to the end of the world, I'm that guy. But some gigs are just not logistically visible or possible for you to drive to every gig. For example, next weekend I'll be in Texas. I'll be in Houston, Texas. I would rather love to drive, but logistically speaking, it wouldn't make sense because I cannot make it there on time and still make it back to Jersey in time for another gig if I decide to drive. So it's technically not possible for me to drive. Not like I cannot drive to Houston, Texas. It's about 32 hours from here, but logistically speaking, I don't have that luxury basically. So I would rather fly. So this is the rig that does the thing. It does the thing, and it does it really freaking well. Starting from the first thing that I have here, I wish I have a table, guys. Let me know in the comments if you guys would rather me have a table and have a camera, top camera here. So I'm only working with one camera, so you guys are just gonna bear with me here. So if you can look closely and see, you see at the power, the main equipment here is my HX Stomp. My guitar is not going into the HX Stomp directly. The first thing that my guitar hits is 1981, and let's talk about that just in a second. This is an amazing pedal. Before the 1981 here, I had the GHS Boost, which is an amazing pedal. It just gives a clean boost. But after trying these 1981 inventions out, I discovered it just does the thing, and it does the thing well. Now I want a very solid overdrive, like not crazy drive, just tiny push, just that tiny little punch for my HX Stomp, and this does the thing. It does it really well. I can have the level. So it has just two knobs. You have the LVL knob, which is kind of like the drive, and then you have the volume. If I turn the volume around 3 o'clock and just leave the level around 12 o'clock, it gives me this edgy yet clean overdriven. It's hard to explain, so I will play some sound samples over. And here I have my tried and trusted jet pedals. I've had this since I don't know, 2020. It's ever since it came out. Prior, I'm not sure what year it came out, but I've had these for over 4 to 5 years now, and it's always been here, never failed once. What this does, just like the other one on my other pedalboard, it's basically foot switch 5 and 6 for your line 6 HX Stomp rather. So if I click the B and C, it's next. If I choose A and B, click A and B together, it's previous. And what's amazing about this is I can still assign an effect block to each of the buttons there, which is amazing. And it does that with a small form factor, which actually fits into this perfectly. And then the first line of action here is my tested and trusted volume, meaning the export pedal. I'm just using it as an expression pedal, and it controls my volume or what, depending on what preset I'm playing with. And if you want some of my presets, I'm gonna have a link in the bio, and you can take a look at some of my presets that I've built around this rig to just make this work. So I'm just using this as a first level overdrive, or some sort of clean boost, and this is controlling everything here. And this is on the port, on a mono. What am I saying pod? It's on a mono pedal board here, the mini one, and this goes straight into my teak. Mono teak. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. I just like mono product. So I drop it into this bag. Sorry for all that noise. I dropped it into this bag and click it to my guitar, and I'm ready to fly anywhere in the world without sacrificing any tone. And powering these underneath here, don't laugh at my cabling, I'm gonna fix that later, is my sweet foot pedal. If you've not seen this in my last video, you should go check that last video out here. It does the thing. It has 4 outputs. 3 of them are not just regular 9 volts, and 1 is specifically made for the HX Stomp, which makes this perfect. It's got all the ampage, the milliamp, exactly how I need. I believe it's line 6 approved. So, and I've had this since 2020, so 4 years is enough time to beat your chest over any products there. And I've used and abused this pedal board. It's been to different countries, different states, big stages, small stages, and large stages, and I've never had any problem with this. One thing that keeps changing on the pedal board is the one pedal here. I've moved from the OCD, from full tone OCD to the GHS Boost, I think that's about 3 pedals that I've used here. I've had the OCD here and the GHS Boost, and now the 1981 inventions, which kind of makes the old pedalboard all blacked out. I'm actually thinking of getting a black monoboard for this much later, and kind of do a rebuild if time permits. So that's about it. So if you're looking to build like a TSA approved, not officially, but a TSA friendly, that's actually a better word, if TSA friendly pedalboard, I think this might be a good place to start. The HX Stomp does what it does. It does the thing. It does it well. You can choose any other pedalboard that you want to run your core processing, but for me, I'm familiar with it, Line 6 ecosystem, and it works for me ever since, so I have no problem with that ecosystem. And I can just, drop in a preset that I've been using on the plugin on the computer and just move it on here, and I'm ready to go to any gig. And even local gigs, you see just the way I drop the pedal, that's how much I've abused that pedal. It's durable, and that's what you want. You want a pedal that you can pick up and go, and it never fails you. I've never had problem with the power supply. I've never had problem with cables. It just never fails, and it does the thing, and it does well. And of course, it actually looks good. So yeah, win-win chicken dinner. All right, so that's just been my TSA friendly pedalboard review. If you want to see more videos about my rigs, just let me know in the comments. And if you have any rig that's kind of similar, that you've kind of shrunk down, you have a shrunk version of your pedals, let me know in the comment below. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player, sound engineer, and everything in between. And don't you ever stop creating. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.